Do-do-do-do. 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 Hi, how you doing? I've said my entire life that you could always tell someone's true nature when the crap hits the fan. And when the crap hits the fan, you really know who someone is. Kind of like heroic people become cowards and vice versa, and all sorts of strange stuff happens, and then you just kind of like this. This is a gold leaf, which is extremely thin, over top of this art piece that was sent to me. You just scratch someone's surface, and you really see what's underneath. Kind of like a gold-covered turd, right? Now, I don't care about politics. I've never cared about politics. I'm not on one side or the other. I'm all about common sense, logic, and wisdom. And that's the opposite of either side, because on either side, you've got two versions of stupidity on either far extreme. And I don't care about that. What's going on right now, though, and I was read one article and I saw another judge, was one judge and another judge. And they were talking about some of the crazy stuff, these fake laws that are being implemented in the United States. Key example, and it's all over the place, including here in Kentucky, of all places, believe it or not. These judges said, let me give you an example. The governor of Michigan, actually what she did was so horrible that there's already like 150,000 signature petition to recall her as governor. What she did is, and the one judge called her a petty dictator. And this is not about politics. This is about what you can and can't do, and this is about common sense. That she passed these laws like if you have two houses, you're not allowed to travel between them, which is not constitutional. You can't do that. And she also said that she was dictating how many people could be inside of a single house, which is also insanely illegal. That's not constitutional. And she's also dictating what you can and can't buy at a grocery store. In other words, you could go there, like if you went to Walmart, you could buy food, but you, like baby carriages are off limits, and like potting supplies, you know, for your garden and stuff. Just all sorts of really insane stuff. I mean, just epically insane. The one judge that I was watching was talking about the really, really insane stuff that she was doing in Michigan. I mean, this guy, you know, as a judge, and he was completely rolling her over. I mean, just rolling her over one side and the other. And one thing he kept pointing to is that none of these things that this person, and there are many people that have done this sort of crazy garbage, including here in Kentucky, they don't carry the force of law. He kept referring to the fact that these don't carry the force of law at all. They're completely unconstitutional. These are not legislative proclamations. Executive orders never trump constitutional law, so all of these really, really radically insane things that some of these little petty Gestapo people across the United States are doing, and I don't know about your country, but I know about the United States at least, they're not legal, and they don't carry the, quote, force of law. This judge, the article was very direct. I forget the judge's name. Judge Papa something another. The other one was Napolitano. He kept saying that they carry no weight, they don't carry the force of law. And this is true. Actually, on the upside of this, if I hope that they try to enforce these things, because the people that they're enforced upon, which they can't be enforced upon, have enormous back-end lawsuit capability for suing, breach of constitutional rights, breach of amendments. He said something else that's very technical. He referred to a passage of law, and I obviously cannot remember. I wasn't able to refer to it, but that's sort of hysterical overreach. It's good for people to be safe. I'm not saying do stupid stuff. I'm not telling anybody what to do at all. I'm not telling people, you know, how to take care of themselves and crazy times. But what I am telling you, you know, and I not pretend to be a lawyer, and I don't play one on TV. Is the judges stated explicitly that these do not carry the weight of law. They're merely, the one judge said it explicitly. He said that these are executive recommendations. They carry absolutely no weight whatsoever. Even though they're as a executive order with a number beside it, these cannot, without legislature and extreme due process, they cannot, no way, shape, or form, not even if it were martial law, and there's not martial law going on, these do not trump constitutional precedent. So, like I said, I don't even pretend to play a lawyer, and I don't care about politics. What I'm saying is that these little Gestapos that are playing God, they're power-hungry, megalomaniacal lunatics, which is exactly what they are. There was and it was an unwise idea. There was a Sunday school church meeting not too far from Louisville, Kentucky, which is about an hour and a half away from here. I forget what little town it was in. And the people decided to meet in church, which they shouldn't have done for obvious reasons, to stay safe. But you can't keep people from being stupid. I mean, it's like you can't keep people from drinking themselves to death inside their own homes. So, if a bunch of people want to, risk themselves and others, they have that right. It's called personal freedoms. And it's not wise. I don't make any declarations on that. But, the governor of Kentucky passed this insane thing, and the cops are out there. And I really like cops, actually. I'm not anti-cop at all, but they were playing, I hate to say this because I really like cops a lot. And of course they were just following orders, but just following orders was the defense of soldiers in 1946 Germany after World War II, and it didn't work then. I was just following orders. It didn't work then, and it doesn't work now. So these cops are just following orders. They're putting all these big stickers on people. So we recorded your license plate. We're going to refer you to the board. That is real hardcore. It's unconstitutional. It doesn't carry the weight of law. It is pure effing evil. It is pure evil. It's pure evil. Okay? It's evil. But the people that this happens to, there's a lot of outreach that you could do to organizations that do pro bono free work, lawyers that defend constitutional rights, because none of this crap can stand up in a court of law. None of it. And when you win it, which of course you will, then you have the opportunity to sue the government. And, you have to teach somebody a lesson. You do. And like I said, I'm not a lawyer. I don't pretend to be giving legal advice at all. But 2 judges said that none of this stuff carries the weight of law. They're judges. They're real judges. They're not like, TV stars or something like that. It doesn't carry the weight of law. So if your rights have been impugned, I hope you seek legal advice and teach XYZ government agency a lesson for trying to trespass on your rights. Because stuff like that actually pisses me off big time. You're not going to, countless generations didn't die for the freedoms that we have here in the United States to let little petty, sycophantic, deluded dictators, do whimsical executive orders that don't carry the weight of law. Yeah. I hope everybody stays safe. But, yeah. I hope they do recall her. Yeah, the governor of Michigan. Like I said, I don't care about politics, but the radical stuff that she said, like you go into Walmart or something, but you can't buy a baby cart. You can't buy clothing. Yes. Telling people that if they have 2 houses, they can't travel between them. It's like, who do you think you are? I mean, what sort of, you have to be, not that I know this person at all, but you have to be mentally deranged in the head. You have to be terminally stupid to, try to impose that sort of, even in 1940s Germany, the laws were not that ridiculous. And if you come back with a comment, well, these are desperate times and they call for desperate measures. No, as Benjamin Franklin said, I'm trying to remember his exact quote, he said, those that would give up a little liberty for more safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. So don't give me that desperate times call for desperate I'm not telling anybody not to be safe. What I'm saying is that you can't impose Gestapo draconian laws that carry no weight of actual law, that are anti-constitutional. You know, just, it's like the founding fathers, like, you know, this constitutional is null and void if a virus, you know, like strikes. If we get a pandemic and a virus happens, then we can suspend the that's not the case. Constitution is never suspended. Everybody should stay safe and do what is necessary to protect yourself and other people. But no, none of these little petty dictators have the wherewithal, the power to do stuff like that. So fear not. Absolutely fear not. I don't make videos like this, but I felt so strongly compelled because stuff like that really pisses me off. I mean, that pisses me off. That really pisses me off. I'm smiling. You don't hear me screaming or cussing, do you? I'm smiling. I hope they do recall her. People like that need to be recalled from office. It's like, you know, you're a legislator or a governor or, you know, representative. You don't have the power to do stuff like that. And if you think you do, then you're sick in the head. Hardcore sick in the head. Peace out.